Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to another day. Started long. I'm not feeling extremely well. Um, it's a bit cold. So welcome to another day. Let's just quickly do the analysis. I'll leave you for a few minutes. When I'm done with the analysis, we're gonna mix the daily show and swing trading positioning. Um, so welcome, guys. Let's start with the analysis without wasting no time. Today was a major day in terms of swing positioning. There is updates that came through today. I don't know if I'll say I love it or not, but I love it. We have taken this. Today's were high. Yesterday's high. The possibility now we are retracing back to these things are not moving the same lately, hey? Look at that. Now we've taken the high this side. Now Nasdaq has to play catch up. S&P 500 has taken the high. Now Nasdaq has to play catch up. We have reacted on this fair value gap. We're pushing back to the upside. So Nasdaq has to play catch up. Let me see. Yeah, it's playing catch up. Okay. How was your AM session? So as you're joining, do not forget to like and subscribe. I'm still on my scrub, so guys, you have to forgive me. I'm doing this after work. Got back, did a few things. I'm bullish, guys. Let me see. Lower low. So there is an SMT on a lower time frame. I mean, on a higher time frame, on a 4 hour time frame, there is SMT. My eyes. Come on, man. Give me something. There is possibility of a short trade. Oh, no. There's no short trade here. I am bullish, I think. I might be bullish. I see this breaker here with this 1 hour favor look at. Yeah. So if the market can react on this 1 hour favor look at, I'll start looking for longs. Are we at the premium though? No, we're not. So the most possible price here will be this low because that's where the price is at its premium. But this is a 1 hour. Um, let's see. US30. US30 is bearish. There is a 1 hour fair value gap that is holding on US30. Also, okay. What's my bias here? I don't have a bias, man. Look. So look, this looks like yeah. Let me go lower so to decide. I think bears are coming, eh? My word is this low and there's also this low here. Let's see. So we have taken Asia low, London low as well. And then we push to the upside on market open. Now we've set this high. Um, there was nothing. It's tough, eh? Mm. There is a 5 minutes inversion, yeah. There is a 5 minutes inversion, yeah. Hey man, I think I'm not anywhere. I think I'm neutral. We still have this 5 minutes for value gap that might maybe I'll be interested in as well. Or on US30. So okay, I'll look for bears, man. 50 minutes as a 50 minutes for value, 5 minutes, 15 minutes for value gap there. Yeah, it's more like the same setup like yesterday, but I'll move my stop loss quite tightly as it moves to the downside. So that's that. While US30 is missing. While US30 has created, I mean, Nasdaq has created S&T there. So I think bears are a necessity right now. We just opened for the past 20 minutes. Yes, we have not seen anything, but also you should be watching this low here. Yeah, you should be watching this low there. What happens within this low? Yeah, I think we're either gonna get something like this or something like this. So one of the two. One of the two. So I'm gonna wait outside, unfortunately. Not even gonna attempt to take a trade. Yeah, I'm not gonna attempt. There is a 3 minute value gap there. Yeah, I'll wait out, guys. So I'll be right back now. I'll be right back now, guys. So yeah, this is what I'm waiting for. Today, no, sorry guys. Let's just quickly discuss this news here. Let's look at the macroeconomics and the login. Okay, the macroeconomics. I'm gonna log in on my platform that I trade with. Um, okay, while at it, let me just quickly do this. I know Rata Dilu. Where's the H finder here? Yeah. Not you. What am I doing? There we go. Okay. Quickly log in here. So we're gonna quickly discuss oh god, I'm so thirsty. Nasdaq doesn't matter what I want. Yeah, it doesn't do what I want. Okay, no, I love this. Oh, sorry, let me show you this. So S&P 500 gave a higher high there. Then that's an SMT while Nasdaq, it failed. So perhaps short will be possible again today. Let's watch and see. But while waiting for the shorts, um, gonna- we're gonna speak about my swing positioning, man. Okay, 5 minutes. If we look at the if Nasdaq gives that, I'm gonna also keep this low. If Nasdaq give us something like this, yeah, perhaps I'm gonna look for shorts. But anyway, let's go to swing positioning, guys. Let's see. Remember the trade that I told you about? The trade that I was on NZDJPY. I took a break even. The market is failing to move, so I decided to close it out. You could hold it forever. Trust me, you could hold this forever. Come back in profit. I've acquired a lot of interest from it or positive carry trades. And then another one that I'm still holding Euro USD, move to break even, still in profit. I'm just hoping for a continuation higher to get a higher price action to this high to even target can even target that all-time high. So yeah. So I think that's what I'm also holding. But yesterday I spoke about that I'm a bear on the dollar, and I think today has just confirmed that. I think today has confirmed my bear. I'm still waiting for retracement on Euro USD. I don't like GU so much, but I'll see if it gives me any fundamentals. If the fundamentals are positive, I am gonna look for longs here. I want to look for continuation to the upside here. Here we go. Yeah. And then use the JPY. I did explain that if it fails to continue to the upside, come back to this resistant area. I'm going to look to short it as well. And today, there was very major good update news today on in terms of ADP news. I told you that another thing that besides another thing that is keeping us another thing that is keeping us short in terms of getting position in terms of getting rate cards, it's the employment data. So employment data, if it continues dipping, we are likely going to get rate cards. And if you look at this is ADP non-employment change. Look at that. Look how terrible that is. Look at the labor data. Look at that. The 3,000, they revised the other one to 23,000. But let's go to the hedge finder. Perhaps we'll get a good, clear numbers on the labor data. That's very worrying, hey? That's very worrying, according to me. I need something to drink. Yeah, I do. I need something to drink. Guys, look at this. Look at that. Look at this jobs data. Came out at minus 33, and they revised this previous one to 23K. But the fact that came out at minus 33, we are likely going to get rate cuts within the next two meetings. This jobs data is bad. And remember, so the ADP NFP encompasses the number of people employed or let go during the span of 1 month in jobs other than government or farm. It is designed to mimic the government's NFP report, although it has proven to not be correlated. It is an important measure of consumer spending confidence. And in this case, this is very bad. Look, this is extremely bad. It's bad for the employment data. And this coming NFP, it wouldn't be a surprise if uh, we get, for this coming NFP, it wouldn't be a surprise if we're going to get higher unemployment rate, very bad NFP numbers. We get very lower NFP numbers, close to 12,000, like the 2014 November one. I wouldn't be surprised. It's so this we are gonna definitely get rate cuts because the Feds are there to make sure that there is good employment. We are keeping a steady employment and keep inflation steady than worrying about inflation. And in this case, trust me, believe you me when I say yeah, the today ADP numbers are bad. And if truly this will mimic NFP numbers will become bad. Unemployment rate, we are likely going to get an extreme bad number. So we are not looking good in terms of jobs data, and that might force Powell to cut interest rate. So on my side, I think this might force Powell to cut interest rate. It's not looking good at all. It's not looking good. Since it's not looking good, since it's not looking good, for USDJPY, I'm still gonna be short. I'm priced in for lower interest rate numbers. And remember, when you get interest rate cards, you'll get lower. You'll get the dollar to be weakened. So in this case, I am definitely bearish for the dollar. I'm starting to price in more bearish for the dollar. Here it's either I look for the retracement to the upside, or I look for a breakout and a retest there to look for continuation to the upside. One of the two. And given how the jobs data is, it's not looking good. So we are gonna continue to go to the downside on the dollar. That is why I'm bearish for USD CHF that and also GU. Let me see if it appears on our macroeconomic spreadsheet. So yeah, man. Let's see if it appears. If it appears, then it's good. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So yeah, the ADP numbers, they didn't look so well. Where's GU we have? Where's GU? Okay, where's GU? Let me come here. Category. Only major currencies. Let me leave major currencies because wow. Oh, and then GU is still neutral, but AUDSD is starting to be a bullish reading. So that's one thing which I'm gonna also start watching as well. AUDUSD. So man, yeah, I'm not gonna enter that trade. So we broke above. I think I'll be watching these areas here. Okay. Yeah, I will be watching this area there. So if AUDUSD will retrace lower to hold support, then I'm gonna look for longs. So yeah, on the swing positioning, man, that's what is happening. That's what is happening. Let's see if we're gonna get a trade or not. I think it's just consolidating, eh? It's failing to give a decisive break below. Yeah, just consolidating. Let me look for continuation here. Let me watch this area. What's happening there? So in this sense, if this one closed below, chances that I was gonna look for a trade here on this 5 minutes for value gap. Sorry. Yeah. Let me see. 1 minute. Uh, okay, I'm gonna use a five. I think a five is more clearer for me. Yeah, five is more clearer for me. So this is what I'm watching for today. I think that's where I am today. We are failing also on Nasdaq to close below there to look for a clear market structure shift. So yeah, I think that's what's happening. I'll be back now, guys. Sorry. So I've been ranting for the past 20 minutes with my mic off. Stupid. Ziwanga. Unkulunkulu pepepekete ziwangale. I'm back. I've just made my tea. Just made my tea. The market doesn't want to do what I want, guys. What is gold doing today? Look at this one. Guys, this thing is continuing higher. Yeah, this thing is continuing higher. We've already taken this high. There's an SMT here. Um, hey man, you're on in the order block. Are we gonna get a continuation higher? I don't know. I'm looking for shorts, and my back is tired, so I think I'd rather call it a night. Um, and then the back is killing me. You, I'm gonna call it a day. The market is not doing that. I'm just gonna wait for 9 o'clock and call it a day. If it's by 9 o'clock, nothing is happening. I'm gonna call it a day. My back is killing me. Do. So I'm waiting for the top of the hour. Come on, man. Still, there is a lot of failure to take out that high. And if we're to look at this partner, is quickly taking out the highs over and over again, and this one's failing to even take out that high. So even if you were to move to here, there is still an SMT, but you'll need a distribution lower. So we are not getting that distribution lower. You look at US30, it's pushing to the upside. I wouldn't mind for US30 to push higher to that 5 minutes favorable gap, and then we do something like this. But it needs to do that before the top of the hour. Oh, come on. Nasdaq, it's still failing. It has not taken that high. It's still following suit. So yeah, it's a boring day. Sometimes you come through and not get a trade. I don't know what happened with my back, man. My back is killing me. Mm. Okay, I've taken out that high. Let's see. That 5 minutes if we look up, it's a bit higher. But boring stream is part of the stream, part of trading when you don't get a trade. And you can like and subscribe, guys. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, so Nasdaq is following suit now. It's been very slow, but now it looks like it's following suit. Come on, baby. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Market to give me something. Because even if we to watch closely here, the market has created another 1 minute for a look at here. Just that will reject. So yeah, not even gonna worry about it. But there is something I'm seeing here. You could get a market structure shift here. Yeah, you could get a market structure shift here. And if it does, we could continue lower, but doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Okay, US30 has a fair value gap here. 1 minute fair value gap that it left there. It is still holding it. S&P 500. Also S&P 500, it is holding this 1 minute fair value gap. It looks like there was an invasion of it, but it's not something that I'll take serious and trade to go short. I'll only do that to myself. It's looking to continue to the upside, so I'm not looking for anything. So this fair value gap it's holding. Remember the 15 minutes invasion, yeah? So if we flip that, perhaps if we can flip that, I can look for continuation to this low. Not even gonna even look for high trades, just to this low. But I'm waiting for the top of the hour. Oh, okay. Something is happening. Something is coming. It left the 1 minute fair value gap here, and it reacted to that. That's if it breaks structure, and then we'll talk something. If we flip this low, we'll talk something. If yesterday flip this low, we can talk something. Let's see if it will flip that. Okay, this is coming quite well. We break structure, we trade lower, we get an invasion of that, we trade lower, we leave a fair value gap. I'm gonna try shorts. If it does that, I'm gonna try shorts. Good. Let's see here. Okay, come on. I'm worried about this. Okay. Hmm, okay, let's see. S&P 500 does not seem to be moving. Yes, we have an SMT there. Just gonna wait for. I'm just gonna be watching. There's an SMT here. Let me see what happens with the next candle there. If it leaves this fair value gap here, I will act on the fair value gap, but I'm not gonna look for a trade on this inversion. This is still holding that fair value gap. US30, S&P 500, it is creating SMT above. So I'm just holding on my trigger. Not gonna trigger it yet. If we close lower and we close bearish, I could look for a trade there. Could look for a trade there, but look at that. It failed to leave a fair value gap. So I'm not interested. You see, when I was saying now, my worry was how this guy is failing to continue lower as Nasdaq was going lower. It gave me red flags. Nasdaq continued lower. S&P 500 failed to follow suit coming lower. Um, and then USDT also it ignored Nasdaq as Nasdaq was coming lower. So though there is an SMT here, so I think I'm probably gonna be bearish. I'm probably gonna be bearish. But if, as I said, if USDT does something like this, I'm gonna take it. But Nasdaq on the other side, it did the invasion of that, but failed with looking for continuation lower. Looking for a So the rest I'm not even gonna attempt to look for shorts. Oh, look at that. It held that for 1 minute for value gap. It continued. Look at that continuation. Look at that. As niche charts plainly. Where is it continuing to? Okay. It has already taken this high, London high. It has just taken London high now. Perhaps after sweeping London high, let me wait for this 2 minutes. Let me see what happens within the next 2 minutes. Is it so? What I'm thinking here, it has taken London high. If 2 minutes come back and close below, it could be possible that we're gonna get a reversal. Come back and close inside here. So it could have been like a London high sweep on S&P 500. And yeah, we'll start to see bearish movement lower. Then now I love this. Come break below, leave a fair value gap, I will enter. If it comes and leave a fair value gap, this continues leaving that fair value gap, I will enter. Let me start to pricing again. Let's say you get something like this. Oh, that thing is high. Damn it. Let's see. Gonna price in something like this. Yeah. You could look for this as well, but yeah. Okay. Okay, we are talking. Come on, follow it. Okay, I think today we need to remain disciplined. Okay, so an SMT high on US30 S&P 500. So Nasdaq is the only lazy one. They didn't give any fair value gap. So there's no sense of distribution to one direction. We are just holding. We are just holding pools here. We are holding this 1 minute fair value gap, by the way. So hmm. Okay, 15-minute closure has arrived. Okay, 15 minutes. We look like we want to open and go lower on S&P 500. Yeah, it looks like we are on open and push lower. And then maybe we're gonna get something here. Let's see. I didn't enter because there was no fair value cap. Look, if you're that guy that entered such trade, you could have taken a trade there. You'll be in profit. But earlier on didn't meet my requirement. You could be in this profit, but it didn't meet my requirement. So I'm not even gonna bother saying I'll take it. Yeah. These things are not looking good, hey? And there's no fair value gap here. So if there's no fair value gap, there's no trade for me. So yeah. So the reason why, if you go back, I also said you could take the shots, but I don't like the shots. As much as I said I want to see a a break below, and to look for a trade lower. My reason for not taking the trade, it's as much as we got this market structure shift, but it didn't distribute the way I want that. It leaves a fair value gap and to act as a resistant to look for lower prices. We are just hitting and going back, hitting and going back. So I don't like it. And remember, I think I need to also mark this as well. There is a 5 minutes fair value gap here. So that's where another distraction for me to doubt the trade that I'm looking for so much that there is this 5 minutes fair value gap. And look what the 5 minutes fair value gap is doing. It's holding the price in place. It's acting as a resistance. I mean, as support for higher prices. You could get a continuation to that high. And also, S&P 500, it has created, just again, the London high, while my friend here has not even reached the 5 minutes fair value gap that I put in place to say that's what I'm interested in. Okay, now we are talking something. Let's see what's happening. What's gonna happen? Am I gonna get another bearish candle to leave a fair value gap inside here? Perhaps if that can happen, I can short I can short USDT somewhere there to look for this low here. That will make sense. Other than that, no. So now it didn't leave a fair value gap, so there's nothing. So I'm gonna hold on and be patient. Look at that. Look at that full reversal back to that high. So that 5 minutes fair value gap is very strong. This 5 minutes fair value gap, I gotta respect it, man. 10 minutes before top of the hour, another big rejection that just formed there. The price action is cuck. Sorry for the language. It's not fair value gap here for me to look for shorts. Look, honestly, I will short this if there was a fair value gap there. I will short this low to target this low. But there's no fair value gap, so I'm not gonna try to do it. Also, this one is failing to take out that low. Look at that continuation. Let me say 3 minute. To be honest, man, that 3 minute is not something that I'm interested in, to be fairly honest. Okay, now we are talking something. Now something is happening. Okay, now Nasdaq is cooking something here. Now Nasdaq is talking. 20 minutes before closure. We have that invasion here. If it leaves this fair value gap, looks clean. Looks very clean. Failed to close below. Ah, damn it. Ah, hey man. Ah, just up there. Okay, 3 minutes before that. I'm contemplating taking this trade here, but I'm not. Oh, I don't like how this 1 minute is closed. My problem is this 1 minute candle just closed very bullish. I'll explain which one. So I don't like this candle here, the way it closed. Let me see though. Perhaps I can get it, Nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Failed to close below, so why would I take this? It's not worth it. Mm. Ah, guys, no. Mm-mm. Ah, well, this, if you want, you can trade this, but not me, man. This, this will be a trade to target this low, get a 1.5, holding that fair value gap, the breaker, to look for shorts. Hey, but I don't like it, man. Something changes about it on me. Uh, S&P 500 failed to create a market structure shift here. So that's another pay that is making that. Look at that. We might move and take out that low, and that will be a good trade. But I'm gonna stay out. So if you have taken this trade is for you, man. The move is good. Can we get another move lower to get an invasion of this 5 minutes? Perhaps the invasion of that 5 minutes will be a conclusion of my upside. The last 5 minutes of the day for me. Last 5 minutes of the day for me. Yeah, no. The last 5 minutes. Let me see the last five minutes closure. How did it close? This is nonsense. This is nonsense. This it's nonsense. I'm not gonna trade this, guys. Sorry. I'm not gonna trade this. No. No, I'm not gonna trade this. This is nonsense. I hope no one took this trade. This is nonsense. But if you wanted to get a continuation, that 1 minute fair value gap, you could look for continuation. But this, yeah, it's nonsense. That it's nonsense. So I'm not gonna even look for a trade. So while you're with me, thank you so much. Do not forget to like and subscribe us. Please subscribe. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. I mean 100 subscribers. Sorry. Nah, this trade is nonsense, guys. No, no. Sorry, this is not a price section. Trust me. This is nonsense. Ah, no. So for today, the conclusion of Asia today is, oh, flip. Tomorrow is NFP. I forgot. Oh, okay. Tomorrow is NFP. We're gonna discuss NFP. Uh, Tomorrow is the last trading day. Okay, let's get into it. We can have 5 minutes for NFP tomorrow. So, uh, what can I say? Today was a boring day. No trade. Price action is horrible. If you wanna look at that, look at this 5 minutes time frame. Look at that price action. Price action today was horrible, and I loved how I held on my plan. I held on my guards. I didn't pull the trigger. Just had it, man. I love how I managed my emotions. No FOMO, nothing. Just held in there, hold my trigger. Didn't jump into pulling the trigger. So that was very good from my side. And for that, I'm proud of myself today. I normally sometimes make such mistakes where you pull a trigger unnecessary. And in conclusion, before we close the trading day today, let's quickly go through NFP and the forecast of NFP. Yeah, let's go through it, man. Let's go through it. Let's do it. Let's do it now before we call it a day. But thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I love you all. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Okay, let's get into it, man. I'll just quickly get it. Let me just quickly set up something here. Oh, damn it, man. Oh, this thing is off. Shucks. It's not nothing why I'm cold. Hey, let's do that, man. Okay. Yeah. Let me plan how we're gonna start this. NFP tomorrow. NFP. Thought as much. Yeah, this is my predictions. If though. Okay. Okay. Let's start with our predictions for NFP. Okay, let's get it going, man. 5 minutes is enough to record NFP forecast. La 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 la. Wait until I get my money. Right. Okay. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is continuing without me. This thing is stupid. How does it continue without the brother? I missed my trade by a few pips. Look where it is, man. This is terrifying. But then it's fine. I'm not happy with how I missed this trade. But it's fine. Hmm. Okay. Oh, I've already missed that trade, so I'm gonna move on uh, to serious stuff. Okay. Look at that support is holding on GJ. Does GJ show me anything? Is there any important thing on GJ? Let me see. Euro JPY, yes. Um, British pound is neutral. I'm not gonna check it. I'm not gonna take it. But that support held very nice, eh? You could look for an entry stop loss below for continuation higher. But anyway, let's start with our NFP prediction. Ah, oh God. Where do we start, man? Alapi. Where do we start? So mark this as my breaker. Again, we could mark that, mark that. Here we go. Yeah. I'm gonna start now. Hold on for me, please. It's terrible here. I like the stop. It's not too wide. Okay. Yeah. I think it's perfect like this. Perfect. That is an immediate kind of we'll see. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, to cut the story short, let's do our market prediction, man. Okay. Let's do our little gentleman. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weekly prediction of the NFP. I said weekly. No. Welcome to the NFP prediction, a quick review on why my prediction on NFP. So let's get into it, man. And as I said, and as I said before, it will be nice for you to watch our weekly focus that I did on Monday. If you can watch that, you'll have an idea why I'm bearish for the dollar. But in general, I'm bearish for the dollar. But today, I'm recording this on the 2nd of July. That's 9 p.m. South African time. So I'm just gonna go on to my prediction, man. I'm gonna go straight to my prediction of NFP, and I'm gonna look at numbers on the NFP story. So let's look at the actual numbers. Let's not do prediction. You know that I'm bearish. I'll come to the technicals immediately when I'm done with the predictions. So, I mean, when I turn to explain the macroeconomics. So let's go straight into fundamentals, man. I love fundamentals. Let's get into it. So, as I've been saying before, the H finder is giving me, you look at COT data, retail sales seasonality trend, GDP, and the rest to give a scoring and give a bias. And for now, we are Europe USD bullish, NZ USD bullish, and the rest. Because I'm talking about NFP, I'm just gonna focus on the dollar. So those are the one. And if you look at the bearish side, you look at let me just quickly do this. I'm gonna remove the neutral. Mm. So if you look at on the bearish side, we have USD CHF is bearish, USD CAD is bearish, USD JPY is bearish. All we are starting to be bearish as well. But I don't mind about those parts of the world. And I should say, this bearishness of the dollar, the rand has gained a lot of strength. Big up to us in South Africa. We are almost trading at 17 rand now. I think just below 17 rand. But anyway, USD CHF, USD CAD, they are also bearish. But let's look at into the go to the macroeconomics. And today there was major important news here in the jobs data. Worrying in terms of the economy, but it's good news for those that are looking for rate cuts. People that are looking into going to the into the bond market. This is looking good for them, I should say. But anyway, ADP numbers we saw at 33,000 minus 33,000. This it's a minus number that we get for the first time in the longest time. Let's see if we have gotten a minus number before. Um, today, not today, man. Fixed. Yeah, yeah, it's fine. 1st of July 2024. It doesn't allow me to. Okay, yeah, perfect. But anyway, so from 2024, so okay, this is almost 2 years of data. We never gotten a negative ADP NFP number. This is extremely bad. This is extremely bad for the dollar currency in general and for the US economy. But good news for the risk on asset like your Nasdaq, your indices. So we are likely going to move into risk on asset, and then when because tomorrow we have NFP looking at ADP NFP looking at that number, and then you come for tomorrow. Tomorrow we have NFP, and the NFP numbers we are likely going to get very low around the range of below 50,000 given how the ADP numbers looked. So if we get anything below 50,000, I'll truly think that we are gonna definitely get rate cuts. I think tomorrow's NFP numbers, the way it's so important, it's important to a point that it might determine where our next rate cuts are coming, when the next rate cuts are coming. But let's look at the forecast. This after today's ADP numbers, you'll think, hey man, we are likely gonna get lower NFP numbers. We're gonna very get cool NFP numbers. You look at that, and also the amount of ADP numbers you saw it's a minus 33,000. You are likely gonna get higher interest rate. Average earnings might drop. So it's basically it's an overall bearish currency in terms of NFP numbers when you look at the macroeconomics and just purely focusing on NFP and CPI or inflation. And inflation is at 2.4. And Powell yesterday spoke about that tariffs are a problem that he's delaying rate cuts. However, jobs data might force him to cut rates. Let's get into it, man. So look at unemployment rate might increase to 4.3%. Look at NFP numbers might go down to 111,000. But it's still a very low number. It's still an extremely very low number. And you look at average hourly earnings, it's also at 0.3%. It's decreased hourly earnings. They're forecasting very low numbers in terms of jobs data. And these jobs data, trust me when I say this jobs data might result in for the Fed to cut interest rates tomorrow. And that alone is very important for our story. And I did explain that the NFP numbers already have a forecast and we know where we are going. So the jobs data in general is going to determine where we are going in terms of interest rate. And if we get lower interest rate, we are likely going to get rate cuts. I know it's a boring conversation that I'm having right now, but if you look at CPI now, CPI is stable at 2.4, 2.3%, close to 2% target. And remember, always CPI needs to be close to 2% as our target. Our target is 2%. So now we are at 2.3, 2.4%. And I want to believe this is not something that I know, but I want to believe the reason why we didn't get rate cuts is the tariffs, as Powell said yesterday in the ECB thing. He said it's possible that tariffs are the one that are delaying rate cuts. And then if they're delaying rate cuts now, but I also believe that jobs data as well is the one that is also delaying us rate cuts in this instance. But now the jobs data, it looks like it's about to get out of hand after today's ADP numbers of where is this jobs data? Economic growth. Where's jobs data? Yeah, labor data. After today's ADP numbers minus 33,000, the economic growth, we have been seeing that there is a very good slowdown in the economy. When you look at GDP growth, it's at minus 0.5% for the first quarter. And I mean, for the first quarter was at minus 0.2%. Right now it came out as another minus 0.5%. You look at retail said we are at minus 0.9%. So that alone, you look at all these things and you say, okay, inflation, there's a slowdown in the economic activities. Inflation is stable between 2.3 and 2.4. And then why are we not getting rate cuts? Powell says we are not getting rate cuts because of we're not getting rate cuts because of, look at me, I'm forgetting. We are not getting rate cuts because of tariffs. But I believe the labor data was an imported factor in this case. And if we get bad NFP numbers, already ADP numbers was bad today, we are likely gonna get a bearish dollar. So I would have loved to get a move like that tomorrow to look for this for to look for a resistance in that support area to look for continuation to the downside on USD CHF. So going into NFP numbers, if there's volatility, into a retracement to the upside to hold this resistant area to look for shorts again on USD JPY. I'll truly love that. USD JPY as well, same thing. I'll look for a break below and then return to look for that continuation or um, for tomorrow, whatever happens tomorrow, we might get the rejection and go to the downside. Even though I know my predictions are we are likely gonna get rate cut. I mean, we are likely gonna get lower numbers, and that might lead to rate cut. So the dollar is getting a beating for now. I think I've spoken about that. USD CAD as well, same thing. It looks like we're about to break below this resistant area, and if we do break below this resistant area, I'm going to look for a breakout and a retest in this region to look for the continuation lower. So either way, I am bearish for the dollar. Yeah, the dollar is not looking good on its side. So and then the final thing that I'll speak about is it is the gold. It looks like gold after NFP tomorrow after NFP numbers, I will have totally missed my trade. And since I've missed my trade and gold is neutral now, something like this might happen and continue to the upside. It just missed my trade by a few pips because my entry at 3,245 ounce. It didn't get to that area and then pushed to the upside. So unfortunately, I've missed that trade. So in that case, I am going to look for a break above this high or above it and look for a retest. And perhaps by that time, it will give me a bullish reading to look for an upside. So the good question is it time for Powell to cut rates? Are we finally getting the rate cuts? We are about to see what's going to happen. So anyway, thank you so much, guys, for those that are here and those that are watching my NFP number predictions. I love you all. Good luck for those that are trading the spikes. I'm not doing that, but in general, this is starting to determine where my direction. I'm moving into stocks right now. I'm gonna start to buy more stocks. I'm gonna start to buy more indices in an ETFs. So far I'm holding a gold ETF. Let me see how is that going. It was on a massive drawdown just before we close this off. Just before we close this off. GLD, a bought and gold ETF. Let's see. How are we looking like? How are we looking like? New upload. This one. Let's see. So I've been on a very big drawdown. I entered. I've been on a very big drawdown. So I'm hoping that as this data is coming through, we're gonna push to the upside and get moves. So the good question is, and the biggest question that we are having right now, is it finally for Powell to cut rate? We're about to see that. Other than that, thank you so much, guys. I love you all. Do not forget to like and subscribe. And let's get to 100 subscribers. I'll truly appreciate it. I'll start giving you more content. Other than that, this was Le Ahor Former Trading Show. Have a great day. Love you all. Peace.